And that's the one I really wanted to see. The Terran Cure in the bottom left, playing Form T Liquid, of course. And in the top right, we have, I think, a currently teamless Gumiho. He was employed by Cloud9 for a while, and I think he's a free agent at this point. We can double check that. Of course, also a GSL champion. I think both players are. Gumiho. Oh, he was playing for... Oh, Seoul Esports, of course. So there you go. There's the barracks and the double reactor. So it's gonna be a technical opening here from both players, of course, as is kind of standard in TVT here. Gumiho, if you remember, he was the guy who kind of had a booth collapse on his face while he was playing a televised match in Korea. That's like way back. And then he went into the military and he came back and he had like a TVP season, I think, and he won the GSL of that, which was still a very good GSL at that point. And he actually has, like, last year, before we went into the Esports World Cup, he had 2 round of 4s in GSL. So pretty solid performance actually last year in GSL alone, but the rest was not really, the international competition hasn't really been paying off for him. 2014 he had a couple of Home Story Cup wins, so that was really when he was like internationally peaking again a little bit. 23 he had like a good second place to Solar in GSL, then he had a round of 4 in GSL as well. 2020 I also had a round of 4 in GSL. It's pretty solid actually, overall performance, a lot of round of 4s in GSLs. But, well, only 1 win I think. Well, yeah, Gumiho is like the creative Terran in any matchup. He has the most weird random unit compositions and he has the insane crazy tactics. So he will already go for the 4 Reaper opening here. With Hellions. Is he going up to 6 Reapers? He's not making Cyclones, remember. So he's making a bunch of Reapers. The funny thing is, if you have enough Reapers, you can snowball against Cyclones. Because they're too slow with their DPS. Even they can possibly kite away, they're not fast away to get away from the Reapers. And he just walks up, he just shoots down the SCV that's making the command center because there's only 2 Marines in the bunker. He goes up the ramp, there's a Cyclone coming. He will shoot down another SCV making a starport here. And he will just evacuate with the Reapers. If he can get these out, that's kind of all he needs to do. Oh, one does fall. That's unfortunately, the second one is gonna also die to the Marines here. He does not get out. There was an escape path, but he does not use that one. Now there's also a Reaper inside of the base of Gumiho. And he will lose 1 SCV. And the second one. And he has a bunch of Marines. Maybe he can catch this guy. No. Maybe you can still catch him. Yes. That's definitely going to be a little bit of confusement here for Kyo, but it's kind of making this work. The Cyclone is just picking off the Reapers 1 by 1. That's not how you want to try to snowball this. If you have a 4-to-1 situation, it's definitely where you can make some magic work. But yeah, Cyclone locks onto the Hellion, kind of the worst possible target there. Now there's your medevac with a tank pushing. A tank, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 2026 TVT with a tank in a medevac and a bunch of Marines. Some nice micro here, avoiding a lot of the death from his own units. I think he only lost 1 Marine in that engagement. He's trying to boost and get that Cyclone, but the tank unfortunately does not drop in range. Can the Hellion do the trick? No, the last shot does go on top of the tank. Would have probably not been enough to finish off the Cyclone anyways, yeah. A second tank coming across. What is this build, man? Gumi is just making tanks, Marines, and medevacs out of a tech lab starport. That's when you know we're playing against Gumiho. Now, Kyo should just siege up. He's throwing down a 3rd command center. He's kind of in a good position, it feels like. He does not have the worker lead though. remember, look at the worker count. We're in a tiny bit of a lead here for Gumiho, so the macro has been really good, but the tech feels a little bit better for Cure, right? With the Ravens coming online. But maybe Gumiho is just pushing in here. We'll have to wait and see. He's gonna walk one Marine a little bit forward. He will be in the tank fire, but he can get healed up, so nothing permanent. There's the Raven, he sees the double tanks, and Gumiho, as he sees the Raven, is like, alright, we need to be careful. You could have interference matrix at any second, so we just want to move back here, join up our forces again, and keep on producing. Gumiho is going into Mech, by the way, so there's a second factory coming on already. So if he can preserve this tank count, that's all he cares about, and we do have bio from Cure. Lovely to see here a mech play from our Gumiho. Throwing down a scan, is dropping out tanks, and one interference matrix was used on the medevac, which has 4 marines, but 2 medevacs. The second medevac, it can still micro. Oh, he only picks up 1 tank though. Needs to evacuate, unfortunately, so he loses 2 tanks here. Does not really do too much damage, but he does delay that command center a little bit, which is okay. Losing 2 tanks for that, I don't think it's worth it, and yeah, definitely overestimating his powers a little bit. One medevac interference matrix, the other one almost shut down out of the sky. There's the Vikings finishing the job. Marines trying to shoot an auto turret. He's evacuating the Marines just because of muscle memory, but he should have just traded them out because he's not gonna have any upgrades for them anyway, so why are you keeping them alive now? He kind of recognizes, turns around, tries to shoot the Viking there. Air superiority going to Cure for the moment, but now Gumiho has more Vikings, so he needs to be careful. He's not really using scans that much. He's kind of using his units to spot a little bit more, which is interesting to see. And he's landing the Vikings. This is an interesting decision here. And yeah, Cure decides not to try his luck to push into this position here set up by Gumiho. And Gumiho is just picking up tanks and dropping tanks again. He's making tanks, Vikings, and that's it. And he's just dropping tanks into his opponent's face. Oh, he might get caught here, but who's getting caught by whom? So there's more Vikings here for... Oh god, yeah, this is a disaster of a game for Gumiho, I guess. He's GG now. So it's like, nope, I can't take this anymore. I had too much fuzzy wine, so now I need to GG out of the game. Cure does take the first one here in the series. Pretty well done by him. Very solid play. He manages to defend what he needs to do. Catches enough tanks, which were weirdly enough just dropped like that into his base. I mean, it's a little bit of a gift, really, by Gumiho. He needs to drop out these Marines first to get some fodder, some firepower up into that main base, but yeah. Drops down 2 tanks. Maybe if he picks them up immediately and just boosts out again, or elevators out again, it feels like he has a good shot. Just keeping his map presence, but that didn't work out. Now let's see how this next map is gonna fare. It's gonna be a little bit of a different map. White Rabbit, we have Cure in the top and Gumiho in the bottom. Gumiho is already going across the map. He says, I don't need the map to do anything for me if I can just proxy barracks inside of your map part. So that's what he's gonna do. The White Rabbit, of course, a little bit of a... I think it's a little bit of a terminology hinting to Matrix, of course, or Matrix, or whatever you want to call it. The movie series. You can also just like say, well, there was only one real good movie, I guess, and that's the one, Follow the White Rabbit. And that's of course Matrix #1. That's why this is all green. You have these kind of weird green Matrix codes floating. I think that's what they're supposed to be. Looks really cool. Double gas opening here for Cure. So he should be equipped to deal with this. But how fast is this factory gonna be? If he can see this, it would be very nice, but he will only find out about this very late. And probably when there's already Reapers inside of his base. Oh, those 2 SCVs could meet here. I guess they won't. That's a little bit lucky for Gumiho, I have to say. So he will send back his SCVs to mine again. think Kyo had the scout now. Yeah, he only sees this. He saw the SCV, I guess, come from behind. Now he finds the barracks. Oh, what's it gonna be? Ah, he could intercept this SCV on the way back. He doesn't get anything so far, man. Kyo is a little bit of a lucky guy. So he finishes off the factory. There's one low SCV in this mineral line as well. And there's one Reaper popping maybe at a bad moment actually for Kyo. Gets shut down there very easily. And if Gumiho can snowball this, sometimes that's all you need. So far he hasn't lost a Reaper, which is really key in this moment. And well, Kyo did indeed lose one. He's starting to lack these mobile units. Now he says, alright, I don't have the mobile units, I need to have the SCVs. He's throwing down a command center, and Gumiho is using the barracks for high ground vision, seeing the path is clear. Is this a path to victory or only a path to a supply depot? We'll have to wait and see here. There's enough units now for Kyo to push this back. He's still producing, by the way, from that one barracks, which is still sitting here. It's kind of funny, man. It's such a Gumiho thing to do. He's like, alright, the vision is way more important right now than the production. Oh, he lands the barracks and he just... Come on, start making a Reaper from here. Oh, can he make this happen? So far so good, man. He's not really losing any Reapers. There's the first one getting shut down here. Can he steal an add-on? Can he steal an add-on? Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Yes! Now, if you're not careful, your units will auto-attack the add-on, and if it starts burning and you don't repair that yourself, you're gonna lose that add-on, actually. Oh my god, that's so funny. Gumiho, what a Chad. What a effing Chad. It would be like the most insane move if he makes just, what is it called? Concussive shells out of that instantly after it lands. What a move, and it's stolen back again. Oh, lovely stuff. Gumiho, the greatest of all. And he just throws down casually a third command center behind this. We have the third here on the way as well for Kyo, but he's like 3 command centers on one base right now, while the low ground commands is already working here for Gumiho. This is looking great. He still has 3 Reapers left over from the initial harassment. He only lost 3 Reapers in the barracks. He killed 3 SCVs and half an army here from his opponent, and he delayed the mining time so much. Look at that. That was the first advantage, but there we go. All of this is just a little bit too much here. And now he has a double cyclone following this up inside a dropship. There's only 1 cyclone. If he can catch the medivac, yeah. But if the Reapers come in at the same time, there's a few low SCVs here in the mineral line, which could blown down easily. And Gumiho is just gonna harass the minerals. It's gonna pull out with a medivac, and now he comes in, shoots down the building command center SCV as well, and kills more SCV. 3 Reapers is a lot of DPS here against SCVs. It's so many that you can't really do anything about this. He's sniping the cyclone! Oh no, he picks up too fast, or goes out of range or anything, I don't know. Now he kind of is committed here because the medivac is just so low. He needs to fight with the cyclone because it's a tank. If the tank ever catches him, oh, the boost. Can he make it out? Can he make it out? Ah, man, 10 HP. That would be 1 lock on and 1 shot from that cyclone with 18 damage there, of course. Okay, calm down, calm down. 6 Reapers and 1 barracks have been lost. And on the other side, it's been... like this is just too much. It feels like 9 SCVs, 3 Hellions, 2 Reapers, 1 Marine, 900, about 1,000 resources to what is it, 700? So that's a 300 resource advantage. In addition to this, really, and the unit count is still kind of even. We have 2 Ravens to 1, 3 tanks to 2, 2 Cyclones to 1, 1 medevac to a Hellion. And 11 Marines to 0. So there's a Marine advantage, but I think Gumiho is just going Mech again, so he doesn't care about any Marines. He's already producing add-ons with his barracks. So he's gonna float this over, make probably a few Hellions into the mix here as well. Let's see what he's gonna throw down here, a reactor or a... what is it called? The tech lab. And he will go into the more efficient composition while being on a command center lead. The only lead that he's gonna be behind, I guess, or only thing he's gonna be behind are the upgrades. The double armor is just halfway done, while we already have the first tier 1 upgrades here going down for cure inside of these engineering bays. But he's playing marine tank, he doesn't even have combat shields yet. And if he just runs into tank stimmed, he's gonna be one shot. Meanwhile, Gumiho is still using this double cyclone to kind of deny Cure from going across the map. If he could snipe the Raven, Cure also recognizes this is basically his only money moment here, or money unit. And it's so stacked up on energy, it almost has 4... Oh no, they can't stack up to 4 anymore, of course. Okay, so he almost has like a full energy Raven here. So now there's gonna be a double drop. We do have stim done, but there's already a tank line in place. There's 3 Ravens to drop auto turrets. There's kind of weird patrolling tanks. We do have... Oh, okay, that was a bit more swapperoo than I thought. And yeah, this is now finally seen here, visualized for Cure. There is actually a bunch of mech units, and Gumi is already nicely tighten up at home. Oh, the medevac! Gotta get away! Yes. Man, nothing going well for Cure here. Can't catch a break. We still only have the first additional units being lost here for Gumiho. So Gumiho looking insanely well here. And yeah, him going into the better composition and swallowing up the map like this, it's probably gone. I expect to see a 5th command center very soon here from Gumiho. Just on keep on expanding. He has the planetary now. He has a double tank getting matrix, but he has 2 more tanks behind to cover those, so they're not gonna get shut down. And yeah, Cure can't really find anything here. He's gonna try to drop on top of these tanks here now. Let's see, the quick repairs is gonna be enough. No, but the rotation is gonna be well enough here to catch at least a bunch of these units on their way out. He does interference matrix these, so he can kind of kill those, but there's gonna be marine bombing here as well. Because he pulled all of the Vikings, he's gonna lose 4 tanks here. I should have probably sieged them closer to the planetary. That would have made this impossible. But in the end, the planetary still kills enough of the Marines, so this force is just didn't get reinforced here. And is not gonna be strong enough to keep on pushing. And he skimped on the 2-2. He skimped on the 2-2 for a while. He has his 4th base in place, trying to get up here. But that means that Gumiho was able to catch up in the upgrades. So he will be even mech against bio upgrades. That's even worse. And he's gonna go in with 3 Hellions. They don't have Blue Flame yet, but 3 is all you need to one-shot an SCV line. Q's even stopped microing, hold position microing a few of those. A few are still mining. So he's trying to really distribute the damage, but 9 SCVs, it feels like it's just more than he can take right now. He's been losing the whole game. Look at the efficiency. It's 1000 ahead here for Gumiho at this point. And we have the mining being ahead about, what, 8 minutes or so at this point. Like, let's discard these for a moment. That's the mule hammers. Just bringing a little bit back for Cure, but just too much advantage here so far. This group has not been mining here, but now we do see the D-Matrix is coming down, the whole tank line is disabled, and not enough units pushing in. He needs to land the Vikings to snipe down these tanks. He's gonna do so, and man, they're gonna make short work of these tanks because their versus mechanical is just so strong. I guess the tanks kind of did do some firing back, but yeah, we even have halberds being dropped here right now. Gumiho is on fire in this game. He looks really unstoppable. Tried to pick up that second one as well. Goes back to mining, which is very, very important. There's the 5th base that I was talking about. There's the next halberd drop. Please drop it. A small Bioforce trying to come in here, trying to do what it can, but we're gonna start to see more and more defensive structures. Like if he places a bunch of turrets, eventually this bombing on top of the tanks cannot occur anymore. Oh, that's very unfortunate here for that halberd drop. And Gumiho might just push. Like, he has such a funny army. He has almost no front line. He has 13 tanks. He has 11 Hellions, but they're kind of spread across the map a little bit. There's a Liberator sieging up on this base even. Starting to snipe down SCVs. Where are those Hellions? There's a few with this group. He should probably morph them into Hellbats because he wants them to be beefy. There's only 3 in this. He has 14, but there's only 3 here. He has them all stacked at home right now. He should probably reinforce his army. I mean, imagine he has 15 tanks and 16 Hellbats and not Hellions. He's probably like, where are my units? He's just casually sieging forward here, gets another shot on the tank. Every shot matters, ladies and gentlemen, in these moments. Because you're playing siege units against siege units, so yeah. Oh no! Ooh. What a weird position to keep. Man, even that SCV is repairing now. Oh, I think he misclicked there. He wanted to click an interference matrix on the tank, then unfortunately moved the Raven over there, and finally we see the reinforcements coming in. The Bio's just running into 10 Hellions. Who's gonna win this fight? Are we gonna see Hellbats? There's even 4 tanks behind us. There's gonna be an Hellbat transformation. And Gumiho's army is just massive. Massive on the map here right now. And yeah, Q is just gonna GG. He even sets up an offensive sensor turret. An offensive, we're gonna, like, 2. 2 sensor turrets over here. Crazy. What a crazy game. My Gumiho, the god. If he's on fire, he looks just unstoppable. It's insane. And he was definitely on that game, but he only brings it back 1-1, so we're gonna have one more treat here. To see who's actually gonna win this game. Like, Q looks more solid, but Gumiho just looks like he is good enough to bring enough crazy, you know, and just win with whatever he wants to do. Now, in the bottom right, we do have Kyo. In the top left, we do have Gumiho. Both players sitting at 1-1. Remember, last game started off as a double proxy barracks. And went into a full mech game. With the maxed out armies on both sides. Kyo hasn't gone to the military yet, that's interesting. I think he still needs to. And his only big championship actually has been that one GSL. He has never really had any S-tier championships after that. It's kind of crazy, he has so many round of 4s and round of 2s. Round of 2 to Bomber in 2014 at an Red Bull Battlegrounds. Then he has 2 GSL Code S round of 4s to TY and Innovation. He loses those in best of 7s at that time in 2014 and 16. Then he has like Masters Coliseum place 2. Okay, those are, let's skip the A tiers. Those were A tiers at that time still. Now another GSL, second place against TY, loses again against his nemesis, it seems like. And then he has a Gold Series Championship 2020, I'm not really sure what that was, but it's labeled as S tier, he wins that one, it's a championship, but I guess that's a team effort, yeah. Or it's a team league, sorry. We have some Reaper engages here. Let's actually watch the game before we go on to Q's achievements. Or maybe we need to finish them very fast. He wins the GSL against Zest, by the way. Here's another second place to Maru at a Dreamhack Masters. And then here's a Wardy TV A tier, okay. This is second place, of course. Another round of 2 in GSL. Another round of 4 in GSL. Both times to Maru losing there. Gamers 8. Second place to Reina. Then the Masters Coliseum S tier 1. Losing to Cyril in the finals. Second place. I am Katowice. Fourth place, losing to Maru. 4 Reapers now coming in here. Can he make this curse go away? Oh, the SV even drops here. From the high ground to the low ground. And this command center is stopped for now. But as soon as Gumiho can get this back online, latest with the Cyclone, it's gonna be like Kyr's trying to turn this around here. 5 Reapers against 1. So he made just the Mass Reaper himself. You need to finish the base. It doesn't have any armor, and Reapers do deal crazy DPS to units without armor. Yes, the Cyclone now coming in, but this could be a snowball moment for Kyr if he can make it happen. And these units are a little bit low. If Gumiho can snipe these low units there, the Medivac is chasing. It feels like Kyr's just gonna abandon the idea. The base is still not finished. I can't believe it. Where's the SCV? It's not coming. Gumiho, you need to fix this. You need to fix this, Gumi. Finally, he will finish the last touch on the command center. Oh boy, and it's later than Kyr's. It was started way before. He was almost done. When Kyr's forces hit the base, that's where Kyr slapped down his own command center. So that's a huge delay on that CC for Gumiho, and of course definitely paid off for Kyr. He also got away with a bunch of the Reapers, even though the trading doesn't look as hot. It's still pretty good in Kyr's favor. It's basically the same that Gumiho managed to do to Kyr there in that last game. Maybe it's not as strong actually, because Gumiho managed to delay Kyr's base even more from landing. So maybe he's not in that bad of a spot. I mean, the SCV count is even, the army count is even. I guess Kyr just kind of managed to catch up. And of course the damage on the command center is permanent as it is, unless you repair it. It doesn't really stop the command center from mining right now. And unless you have a follow-up push, which is actually going to deal with that, well, you're not going to kill that. There's no profit from all of that damage. Oh! Yeah. He even eats the friendly fire on the Cyclone. Because he wanted to secure that kill. Are we gonna see Mech again? There's no additional production facilities right now. We only see the 3rd command center. And there's no stim or whatsoever on the way. So I think, yeah. And there's the 2nd factory. Starport's going over to the reactor. So we can see reactor Viking production here in a moment. And the Medivac is still lurking around here, trying to go into Kyr's base. But there's actually good vision this time. Kyr sees every single edge of his own main base plateau, so there's no blind spot where you can try to come in and hide a drop. Sneaking that one out. Kyr's gonna hit his stim, but if he just runs into tanks, it comes down to the Raven usage. But there's gonna be a Viking advantage for Gumiho, so I guess he also has a couple of Ravens, so if he throws down auto turrets or anything, they're really gonna shred Marines without combat shields and without +1. There's the 3rd base for Kyr, but he's already far behind in that one. So Gumiho is trying to stay ahead in the economy here, while he's just kind of, I guess, gambling on the fact that Kyr's not attacking. By the way, 2014 Kyr, round of 4 GSL. Season 1, round of 4, GSL, Season 2, 2025, GSL, Season 1, round of 2, Esports, World Cup 2025, last year, 3rd place. this guy is a crazy, probably the best second place and third place finisher we have in a while here. Now he's trying to come in here, big drop into the main. A lot of units being pulled there, but Gumiho has to fight with a bunch of SCVs. So many auto turrets though, trying to win that fight here for him. And the frontal attack is stopped by the tank line, which is still left behind. But a lot of SCVs have been dying. On the same time, same moment, we have a big attack here with these cyclones. Just a drop of 2 cyclones killed 14 SCVs back at home here for Kyo, and Kyo's army is kind of stuck in this place. There's no medevacs to escort them home anymore, and you really want to fight with your marines there, but man, those marines stuck in the base, they didn't really get anything done. So in the end, Kyo is ahead now in workers, but I don't hate this for Gumiho because he's in the more efficient composition, and he definitely can still get back. He has the better army. Gumiho's army is insanely strong right now. He has 6 tanks, he has 2 ravens, he has 8 Vikings. So he could just go across and kill Kyo if he wants to, if he executes this correctly, and that might just be what he does. And he already caught up in SCVs, it seems like. He's very close, 41 to 45, and he's just gonna move across. Is he gonna bring a couple SCVs? Yeah, I like to see that one. Gonna be repairing those units here. And if he can kind of deny this third base, that might be all he needs. Kyo doesn't see this until the very last moment. There's no interference matrix going down because he never got the upgrade. He might have forgotten about it, so he throws down auto turrets. But they didn't really do the trick. Now the command center is lifted, but it's getting killed by the Vikings here. There's so many Vikings. There's 8 Vikings. One more volley. Oh no! And that's all he needs. He can go back now. He can also just keep on being here and pushing, but he could also just go back home. I kind of want to see if you... I guess you don't really need turrets in this moment, right? He has a couple of marines. Maybe he wants to make a bunker. There's 2 marines, literally. Yeah, a bunker could be a nice addition. He's kind of just leapfrogging his tanks here with that one medevac. So cute how he's kind of executing this. And Kyo is saying, alright man, you've probably pushed with your whole army. What do you have at home? And Gumiho actually didn't really make any units behind this. He's still on that 56 army supply. He only made a couple units for the couple units he lost. But there's gonna be a huge army from Kyo coming across the map, but he will lose a lot at home. And Gumiho is starting to siege inside the main base. There finally is the Bioforce hitting the other side. We're gonna see a couple tanks already are here though. And Gumiho, if he can kind of prevent this army from trading or dropping on top of the tanks, there's a small window right now where there's nothing to defend these tanks. There's no turrets, there's no Vikings at home. Gumiho is already very solidified inside the main base, but there we go. SCV is trying to do this. The reinforcing tanks are here, and if he can kill this Bioforce, there's even turrets shooting at the medevacs. The medevacs were a little bit too far south. 25 SCVs going down. The Vikings, if they can finish off the medevacs, that's sometimes all you need to do, but Kyo is actively killing those. He still loses some medevac there. Man, what a messy base trade, but sometimes I feel like Gumiho though is not the best base trader. I've seen him lose a lot of base trades in the past, so hopefully he does manage to do this one here. He has still a SCV on repair duty, which is so cool to see. It's an auto repair, trying to repair all of these units. The Viking, can it kill the last medevac? No, gets shut down immediately. Should have probably queued that on the medevac there. And he's already floating away a command center, and he has still that barracks. He could technically produce marines. Oh, yeah, we saw that SCV pull here, which we didn't see, but the auto turrets were just a little bit too much. And now if he kills that starport, there's still a bunch of... Is this game gonna go on? Like, really? So he loses... See, like, Gumiho is very late to lift his stuff. And at least he's focusing this one. So yeah, Q as well though. Like, this should not be dead. Kill it, make it burn. Make it burn, that's all you need to do, make it burn. That's the last one. Okay, so he kills this and he kills this. And Q is making barracks, look at that. Now he needs to cancel the barracks so he can make a command center again. And this is gonna be immediately scouted. So he knows where to go. Gumiho knows where to go. Gumiho has the better army. Look at this. He has what? 7 tanks and 3 Vikings and 2 Ravens. He's dropping mules now. Is he gonna repair? Yeah, he's gonna repair the tanks. He's gonna make SCVs as well. He sees this. He could just land this and make a Reaper, or make a Marine. I want to see him land this and make a Marine, because that's gonna be so unexpected. Maybe he lands this out of vision. No, he doesn't. He's gonna save that as a emergency. But there's the SCVs. They're gonna run into the tank AoE. Oh, brother! So he's gonna. I guess you can also just attack the command center from your opponent. No. He's just running the SCVs in circles. That's all he kind of needed to evacuate with the medevacs. Like, if he gets all of these SCVs out here with the medevac, then he has a really good mining force still on his side. Now he loses 17 more SCVs. We still have 11 SCVs for... Yeah, Gumiho, and he's transferring those. He's gonna be able to mine again in a moment. He still has a formidable bank as well. He's gonna repair up his SCVs for now. He should probably use some medevac energy, but yeah, I guess not. And he's just gonna join them in the army because it's Gumiho, and he's like, man, I don't need to make anything anymore. I know where your base is. We can just win this. And if he... Yeah, I guess he's right. He has enough units, but he's split a little bit here. And he has the Vikings now. He's gonna start to poke away at this. We do see these production facilities, but of course there's no supply depots. So why did you make them in the first place, Kyo? Why did you make those? Could have been maybe 2 command centers. Now Q is trying to do the same, but already we see another command center being produced sneakily by Gumiho and his massive bank. Both players trying to go for their last buildings here, basically, and Kyo's like, I have 2 barracks I can float away, so you're never gonna catch me. But he's gonna be very, very sad once he sees that this does not reveal Gumiho. And Gumiho can even throw down another command center over here if this one's gonna be under threat, and he still has that barracks, so GG is gonna be called. Gumiho does win the base trade, but it was definitely a weird one. That was a very weird base trade.